So let's see how these lanes go, because it should be pretty good for the Invoker. But again, that comes down to not getting hooked by the Pudge or anything, and the lockdown here for the Radiant is just pretty bad overall. You've got the stun from Lena. I don't believe Sinister Gaze is in the game during this replay just because it doesn't exist on the Lich. I guess we'll see once if I see him sacrifice, which looks like he's staying here mid to do. And then you've got Dismember. So Dismember and the Light Strike Array is all you got for the Radiant, and then the Dire. Oh, their lockdown isn't great either. All they have is Magic Missile. I mean, I guess Tornado's there too. But honestly, I'm surprised at the lack of lockdown that exists in both these lineups. Usually not this bad. Let's see. So does he have sacrifice? Is this going to crash my game? I'm excited for it to crash my game. There it is. So it doesn't even have sound or anything. He just has sacrifice. So this is before. This is an old replay.
Deepens.
Actually a Lich, and then the Drow has an error. What is this? I can't even click on the Drow. Hold on. Let me. I don't know what. Oh yeah, because the remodel happened. So I guess. There you go. That's what Drow looks like. The model is an error. Okay. So I guess that makes sense. I guess we'll see no animations here out of the Drow, just shooting arrows and all that. Comes with the territory of casting replays that are this old. But you do have Magic Missile. It's going to be tough to probably get a kill over here top. But at the same time, it's going to be hard to really stick in and try and get these last hits here if you're either the Pudge or the Bloodseeker. Because the Drow's going to harass you as much as he can, or as much as she can. And TP started for a split second, I believe, over mid. Benny Vidi Michi. That seems like a familiar name. Dennis the Menace over mid on this Invoker. He's got Alacrity as well as the Sunstrike. Take a look over bottom. Spectral Dagger comes out, and the Silencer in a little bit of trouble, but Spectre may have gotten in a little bit too far. Frostblast comes in, and Spectre might be first blood. The Spirit's burning her away, and for the Tango region, just enough for the Spectre to survive. Meanwhile, first blood comes out from the Lich. Using that Frostblast, Drow goes down over top, but they might lose the Lich bottom. Damage being done to both these heroes bottom, but neither of them dying, and I'm surprised when you've got Sunstrike that is just not being thrown. Again, without lockdown, it's going to be a little bit harder to land these Sunstrikes, but at the same time, you do have a little bit of sight on the Spectre to just throw one. Why not? Wonder how they ended up getting that kill. Ooh, Spectre. Got hit by the last word as well as the Spirit, so they'll get a kill on the Spectre, slowing down that farm, which is what you want to do against this late game hero. Silencer trying to go under the tower. This is very risky. Taking a bunch of shots with the Spectral Dagger coming in. One more tower shot, and Silencer has gone in way too far. So look for the Phoenix with the Frostblast here too. Spectre just giving chase. They've got the Silencer to try and help. Spectral Dagger thrown. Spectre trying to catch up. Icarus Dive started and stopped immediately. And, Spectre under the tower is going to die. So I don't know if that trade is worth it at all. Lich has to run away too. I actually think it's not worth it at all. But Pudge, stun, Magic Missile, a couple more shots from the Drow to get the kill. Meanwhile, neutral creep kills the Lich. Letting my cat out really quickly. Sleeping in my bed. So far the Spectre, I mean, already 2 deaths. That is not where you want to be trying to go for this early Vanguard Invoker. 19 and 11, really dominating this Lina. And surprisingly, I have not seen a Sunstrike. I don't know if I just missed them, but they're definitely not there. Lina level behind at the moment. Hits the stun. And a lot of harassment coming the way of the Invoker. Word placed onto this Spectre, and once again just taking so much damage from the Icarus dive as well as the Fire Spirits. And again, over mid, this Lina's gonna die. So Invoker really getting ahead. Spectre taking a lot of damage, forced to salve the last bit of regen. Spectral Dagger comes out at the Silencer as well as the Phoenix, but that's not really much of a deterrent at the moment when they see and know that the Lich is low. And well, they didn't know that the salve was popped here onto the Spectre, and immediately they go back in for the Lich, who will end up dying. So, 4 intelligence here for the Silencer, who's trying to run away from the Spectre, but again, Spectre needs to be careful with all the damage that Spectre's taking. Might even just die as the Phoenix moving in, and the Arcane Curse helps the Phoenix get the kill and does end up dying to the creeps, but that's after you're dead. So 1,000, 2,000 actually net worth lead here for the Dire this early on. So far the game has been relatively easy for the Dire despite 5 deaths. I mean, taking out the Spectre a multitude of times, 3 times already, has been really quite nice. Lina only at 17 and 1 compared to the 30 and 12 of this Invoker. And you take a look at the Spectre, who just cannot lane over bottom. So you're really worrying about the late game when Spectre can't do anything. I think the only thing you need to worry about now is the Bloodseeker, but even Bloodseeker, 19 and 4, top of the CS for the Radiant, but Drow keeping up. Phoenix bottom, one more shot. Kill there for the Spectre, not something you want to give up if you're really stymieing the farm of this Spectre. And then again, Lina die mid. So Invoker's really got it down pat here, as Lina has now died 2 times over mid. Spectre's dead 3 times bottom, and top, well, they're the only ones who really haven't died more than once. Wave of Terror definitely doesn't help, and it's only 1 level, so it's 3 armor reduction at the moment, which is quite a bit early. And standing right there for the hook. Try to grab the silence, and Venge able to just walk out of it. But again, going in on that Venge is a little bit of risk. Get that silence. You have to get the kill before the magic missile is available. And now, Wave of Terror comes out again. They've got the magic missile. 1 more arrow, and Drow gets the kill. So walking in lower than half health to try and get a kill there just seems really risky. And then mid again, the Silencer gets a kill onto the Lina. This is all while the Phoenix is bottom, taking care of the Spectre, who's sitting low health and only level 5.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This has been a tough game for the Spectre, who needs to avoid these Flame Spirits. Otherwise, will most likely die. But Frost Blast is there. Spectral Dagger comes out and only eats 1 spirit, so not in too much danger. But again, Pudge just, I don't understand that. Walks back into the damage from the Drow. It really doesn't quite make sense. Lina gonna go back to mid, but even that's risky with the Invoker holding a double damage, ready with the Cold Snap. Silencer still hasn't left the mid lane. Not that the Lina would know that. Last word comes in. Cold Snap is there. They'll TP in the Pudge. A lot of damage being dealt here to the Lina, and they'll grab the hook of the Silencer. So this will be a kill with the Laguna Blade coming out, but again, that's a rotation to help Lina, who has been helpless over mid. Finally a Sunstrike thrown, but nowhere near a target. There's Bloodseeker, 1 more shot. Drow trying to get it. Under the tower, into the trees, looking for this Bloodseeker. Just needs one more shot. And we'll be unable to find it. Now hooked under the tower. Pudge is going to get another kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
10-9, still a 3,000 net worth lead as this Invoker's having a hell of a time over mid. Up 2,300 on the Lina. Spectre using Haunt. Look for the Phoenix. But that's about it. Here we are with another pause. So Pudge pauses the game, not sure why. Oh, well, I see the Lich disconnect. I didn't see that before. Completely missed it. But we'll wait again. Not too long, though, as the Lich is back. Spectre dying once again, and ooh. Alright, Phoenix will get the kill over bottom once again. 3-5-2 for the Phoenix, dying 5 times, but again, killing the Spectre 4 times. A late game hero just getting taken out, and another kill over mid. I am just missing all these kills. I feel like I'm very rusty. Just with at least camera work. Which shouldn't really be the case. I do a lot of my own camera work. It's that little stint of the minor. I'm sure coming out onto the Drow, gets out of the silence, not taking all that damage, but still trying to run away. Looking for the kill. Will have the silence as well as the magic missile. Doing damage to the Bloodseeker won't be enough, but can the Venge do it? No, the Dismember's there, and look at the kill afterwards, and the Pudge dies. So both heroes die for the Radiant top after they kill both heroes for the Dire. Ooh, Sunstrike will land on the Spectre. Easy kill here for the Silencer. They set up real well. The Spectre was staying pretty stationary. They still are looking for this Lich. They put the Urn on the Lich. They've got the Lich low and will get another kill. But now they look for the Silencer, who should just TP out, but has the Sunray from the Phoenix to stay relatively healthy. So this is a 6,000 net worth lead very early on. Invoker getting low as the Pudge is right on top of him. But you look with the Alacrity, the damage coming out, and the Laguna Blade comes in to get the kill. So now they look over at the Silencer, Rupture, as well as the LSA once again. They'll get 2 kills here, and Lina, Arcane Curse, is it going to be enough? Oh, yeah, it will be.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Just on the edge there. Silencer gets himself his 6th kill. That is a lot here for the Silencer, as we look at where he died. Drow's been over top for quite some time. I keep forgetting I can't click on the Drow, just because the model doesn't exist, because of the update since this replay. Ooh, bottom. Supernova out. Chain Frost is not going to be nearly enough, and now the Sunstrike leading the Spectre a little bit too much, but the Icarus dive, the Spirits, the Sunray, the Spectral Dagger onto the Phoenix. I don't think the Phoenix cares if he dies as long as he gets a kill onto the Spectre, and will end up taking 2 lives here bottom. A little bit of banter coming in, but again, 6,000 net worth lead with an Invoker so far ahead, going into an Ags, feeling okay. Drow, meanwhile, top going into the Maelstrom, has enough for the Mithril Hammer, so only 1,100 gold away from finishing off the Maelstrom, but we'll have the Invoker coming over top as well as the Venge. And the swap comes out, the Haunt comes through, and it will kill this Lich very quickly. The Silence won't hit on either the Invoker or the Venge, but they'll be able to dive into the Drow and get the kill with the Rot, as well as the last shot coming in from the Spectre. They rupture this Venge, but again, just not enough damage. Although the hook, it's a little cheese track coming in with the rupture as well as the hook, but the Sunray as well as the illusion will get the kill on the Bloodseeker. Invoker kills off the Pudge. They look for more, looking for the Spectre, the Urn on top, and the Arcane Curse. This might be enough damage, but I can't tell if the Shrine is active, and it doesn't seem to be, but Arcane Curse not doing enough damage. So 23 to 16. And things really going well for the Dire at the moment. I can't click on this Drow. So frustrating. How's Alina doing? Going into a Yule's 4,200 net worth. Not great compared to the Invoker, who just about has this Ags and a good stack to take. That's for sure.
Double damage.
Dropping the Meteor on top. Cleaning up these little skeletons. And now Dismember coming through. They'll look for the silence onto the Drow. They'll grab it. One more shot, but the Sunstrike comes in. Will hit the Bloodseeker. Does not have Arcane Curse or Last Word, so the Silencer will be unable to get the kill. The Smoke to try and get the movement speed, but it's immediately broken because the Pudge is right there. They'll get the Cold Snap as well as the Arcane Curse again, but he'll be able to deny himself. Chain Frost bouncing around with the Laguna Blade. Invoker dead. The Supernova comes out, burning both the Lich as well as the Lina, but it won't get a kill on either. A little bit of a soppy fight there from the Dire that leads to the Invoker dying as well as the Drow. They might even lose more if they go in too deep. Magic Missile. Spectre has the Vanguard and still chasing the Venge. This is a long, drawn-out potential death. But Spectral Dagger available. You got to be careful because the Drow is right there. And now Spectral Dagger is there out onto the Drow. Don't have enough mana for another Magic Missile. Spectre will try and get the kill. Unable to do so as Venge finally gets it. And Spectre dead for what is the 7th time. Dispersion only level 1. So they kill the Spectre again, and things just not going well. Bloodseeker gets hit by a partial Sunstrike there. Tornado with the Cold Snap. Sunray on top of him. He's trying to get out of this, but just unable to do so with the Cold Snap and the Sunray burning him away. So Dire moving around, getting another kill. 16 minutes in, it's a 6,000 net worth lead with an Invoker already with an axe. Got Smoke on the Pudge, looking for a hook into a potential Dismember. No VLSA and Laguna Blade to follow that up, so
Dire's middle tower
they have
is
good
under
kill
attack.
potential. Unfortunately, they just don't find anybody top from the Dire side. Phoenix low, Spectre using that haunt. Trying to move in on the Phoenix, who doesn't stop the Icarus dive, but I'm not too sure the Phoenix cares. Has the Supernova and will pop it. Gotta be careful, though. The Pudge looking for a hook. Getting back, ruptures out, and there it is. Send him up for the hook to take a lot of damage. Then the Spectral Dagger, but the Sunray isn't enough. No. Won't be. It was close, though. Phoenix doing all he can, and now attempting to TP out, but there's the hook. Frost Blast, and another death for this Phoenix. What does that make? 7? Drow comes through. There's the Yules. Hook misses. Arcane Curse on the 3. Looking for the silence. Chain Frost comes out. They'll get the kill into the Lina. They'll look for one more. The Pudge unable to get the rod off. That'll be 2. Pop the Shrine, but they've got the silence onto the Spectre, and Spectre might just die again. Drow moving up to the high ground, gets the kill, maybe looks back at the Lich, but the Silencer will get the kill before he dies, and now it's Bloodseeker against the Drow. Drow just stand still, I guess. I don't know. Is dead, but the model's still there? I don't really understand. Replays are pretty bugged. So, still About a 5,000 net worth lead. It's been stable at this number for a little while. Bloodseeker doing a really good job of coming back into the game. But again, unused gold is really... It looks like he's going for Radiance. It should be Sacred Relic, right? Hasn't bought it yet, though. Although, holding on to 3,800 gold? I swear I thought he was going to just pick up the Sacred Relic there. Pudge missing the hook. Has landed a couple when they had been needed, but other than that, it seemed a little bit lackluster so far from the Pudge. Easy kill there onto the Silencer with the Laguna Blade. But Icarus dive in, going up to the high ground. There's the Dismember. They've got the rest of the team coming in. The Cold Snap as well as the swap onto the Pudge. They'll look for the Supernova. Yules comes out. Chain Frost bouncing around, but it's not going to be enough damage. They'll finally send in the Spectre to go after the Venge. This is potentially onto the low ground with Lich having that Shadow Amulet, but staying still or electing to. And now, I don't even know if they get the Venge. Sunray unable to get on top of the Venge immediately, and the Sunray burns the invisible Lich. Got Rupture on to this Drow, so that'll lead to another kill here for the Radiant. We're only behind 3,000 net worth now, and they've got the Shrine, but I don't think it's going to be enough for this Phoenix. Bloodseeker chasing as well as the Spectre. Lina dies behind them. Silencer trying to come through with Invoker TPing back to base because he's already so low. So unable to get it done. However, let's take a look at the fight recap. 3 for 4, not awful. I don't know if this is bugged, but Bloodseeker has only... He's saved up, what? 5,600 gold? Is he going to buy out completely on a Radiance? What do you buy? Yeah, okay. I don't know why you don't buy the Sacred Relic immediately upon having the gold. That extra damage could have been well worth it. Spectre dead again. Invoker coming bottom. He's got his axe. He's going for a Yules. What does Venge have? Going into a Shadow Blade. Okay. And then Shiva's with the Ags on the Phoenix. Drow, meanwhile, going Shadow Blade and Dragonlance. Lina going Kaya. The Spectre being dead again, going into the Blade Mail. No Battle Fury, but they get the kill again on the Drow. Drow's died 8 times. It's definitely been a rough life for both safe laners in this game. But being held together, at least for the Dire side, by their mid, and for the Radiant side by their offlaner, which was the Bloodseeker. He got enough out of his lane, as well as these skirmishes, that he was able to make out with quite a bit of gold. Having that gold has led to him having the Radiance. The swap comes through, but I don't know if it's going to matter. The Laguna Blade, now the Global Silence follows it up. Here comes the Invoker looking for the Tornado. Will hit onto the Pudge as well as the Bloodseeker. Meteor on top of him as well. And the Pudge ends up dying. Another kill here for the Invoker. Looking for the Sunstrike. Lands onto the Lina with more Fire Spirits and right clicks coming in from the Phoenix. It's 2 kills here for the Dire after they lose the Drow top.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tier 2 taking a lot of damage. These creeps were pushing in. Bloodseeker's nearby, but low on mana. Potentially a problem. And they are going to see this. They have swaps, so Glimmer Cape, how long is that going to help?
Radiant's middle tower is under
Long enough for him to survive at least, but they've still got these Forge Spirits going in onto the Tier 2 tower with the Alacrity on it. So they'll be able to grab the Tier 2. Icarus dive towards the Tier 3 coming in from the Phoenix. And the hook just a bit short of the Silencer and left of the Phoenix. So unable to land the hook, potentially with a Dismember, and now they'll show off the Blade Mail where Drown's taking a lot of damage here with the silencer. Spectre trying to get out, uses the haunt. I don't exactly know what he intends to do with that. The Arcane Curse on top of him. They'll look for the Blind Tornado. They'll get the kill onto the Venge. Spectral Dagger, but that's just extending the life of the Arcane Curse, which has now been reapplied. They'll end up getting the kill. The Supernova burns out because there's 4 heroes around it. They lose the Spectre again, where Blade Mail just isn't much of a help. Radiance burning, Sunstrike hits onto the Bloodseeker, won't matter, still killing the Silencer, who is... He's got himself 20 intelligence. That's always nice. So things still going okay for the Dire, but making a massive comeback right now is the Radiant off the back of the Bloodseeker. Should be able to get a tier 1. I don't think Dire can even contest this with just 3 heroes. Drow struggling to stay alive, has died 8 times already. It's 36-31, 24 minutes into the game. It's been quite a bloodbath already. Spectre, double digits in deaths. And, well, Pudge the next one to hit that if he dies again. A lot of heroes, except for the Bloodseeker, are really close to hitting that 10 mark.
Haste.
Been really tough for these heroes on the Radiant, except for the Bloodseeker, to stay alive. They'll get the Dismember onto the Phoenix. Doesn't have Supernova for 16 seconds. Veil thrown, and now the Bloodseeker coming over looking for the Silence, as well as the Spectral Dagger to get the Spectre to the low ground. Sunstrike hits the Spectre. No Icarus dive away. Another kill here for the Bloodseeker. And continuing to just roll rampantly over the Dire. As I continue to reiterate, the Bloodseeker has been all over it. Has another 4,000 gold saved up. I'm not sure why he's saving in full for items. But we'll see what he gets next.
Dire's middle tower
He does look towards mid. There's 3 heroes here for the Dire over by the Shrine. It's travel for the Invoker, as well as the Yules and the Ags. Radiant just kind of abandoned the entire plan. Maelstrom for the Lina. Spectre going into a Manta style, so never a Battle Fury. Has the Yasha, just needs the Courier to go back to base. As Sanj and Yasha bought in full for the Bloodseeker. Again, just buying these items in full. Really weird. Odd way to play it. Spectre again, though, in trouble. Silence comes out and now trying to run away, but in the ice wall. Has the blade mail popped? It's not going to matter. The Sunstrike will land. They'll get the kill. The hook misses the Venge, which would have gotten at least one in return, but they lose the Spectre for the 11th time. It's been such a poor game here for the Spectre, and Lina has to be careful. A lot of damage, but has the stun, the Laguna Blade, and the Bloodseeker coming in to get the kill. Did use a Rupture on the Drow, and it was the Hurricane Pike from the Drow that ended up pushing him far enough for the Rupture to be lethal, where this replay does take place, where I believe Rupture is lethal. Sunray on the high ground. Blitz just standing here. He's got a ward TP attempt coming out from the Venge. They've got the Cold Snap Tornado coming in. That'll land on the Bloodseeker, so they might have him locked down. Deafening Blast a little bit too early, but there's the Meteor as well as the Magic Missile. Chain Frost will bounce over to the creeps. Use a smoke for Silencer to try and get around, but Radiant smoke themselves and they walk out of harm's way. Only a 2,000 net worth lead so far. has steadily been the Dire's advantage the entire time, but has been decreasing as the game goes on, and Bloodseeker continues to hold the team on his back. I have a couple of heroes coming over from the Dire. The Haunt comes through. They'll find the Magic Missile as well as the Silence onto the Bloodseeker. He's trying to run away with the Sunray on top of him. He's silenced as well as hit with the Arcane Curse, but it won't be enough damage. On the back of this fight, however, they get the kill onto the Venge. The Cold Snap comes through onto the Spectre. Forge Spirit summon. And there's the Yules from the Invoker predicting that LSA. I don't know if it's going to help him. The Sentry Ward is down for, well, the Dire team, but unable to get out is the Invoker. And then the Supernova comes through from the Phoenix. And then will be popped by the Pudge. Icarus dive over, finds the Lich. Will get the kill with the Sentry Ward down, but they've got the stun as well as the Laguna Blade to clean up the Drow really easily, and now they're going to continue to give chase. They smoke, but immediately broken, trying to get that movement speed to find an escape. Lena's got the triple kill, and they TP out the Phoenix. They'll look at the Silencer, but that was only a TP to the Shrine. The Yules comes out, the hook is there, and now Bloodseeker gets another one. They're looking for this Phoenix, who just skirts the LSA. Ends up sunraying to the high ground. That was close.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's 38-37. Radiant with their first lead of the game. It's pretty crazy that the Bloodseeker's been able to do so much. Again, saving up all his gold for his... He doesn't buy items until he has all the gold necessary.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They finally find the Lina. That's a 3-time spree for the Drow, who again hasn't been able to do much. They might be able to find the Spectre too. Spectral Dagger used. A lot of damage coming in the way of the Drow, but it's not going to be enough. Blade Mail pop. The hook is in. But Spectre, even with the urn, won't be able to survive. So 2 cores dead on the Radiant side. Dire take back their lead. Half an hour into this one, going for a Blink Dagger. The Invoker has enough gold for it. And what does Drow have? Going into the Shadow Blade, Hurricane Pike, almost to the Shadow Blade. Ag soon for the Phoenix, who's had this Shiva's Guard, also got into the Midas. A Bloodseeker. Oh, hold on. Tornado, Ice Path, Sunstrike, all coming in onto the Lich, who gets caught out inside the enemy jungle and will be killed off by this Phoenix, who's just a 1,700 gold away from getting that axe. I wonder what's next for the Bloodseeker. It's always such a mystery when he doesn't buy parts of items. Sunstrike onto the Invoker. Bloodseeker gets the kill onto the Drow, who's now dead for the 11th time. Haunt comes over, tornadoes out into a Roche that's really low. Magic Missile onto an Illusion, but they'll pop the Blade Mail. Venge trying to get out of this one. There's the Manta as well as the Supernova. Needs to start to run as he's been disarmed. And they smoke up afterwards, go into Roche. The Dire will grab it, the Sun's gonna miss, and now here comes the Bloodseeker. Looks over the Silencer, the Global Silence will be used. They'll look over the Phoenix. That's gonna be a second one here for the side of the Radiant, as they already got the Drought earlier. Yules is used, but down into the Ice Wall, and well, Venge somehow able to escape. Will kill himself to neutral, so it ends up being 4. Just the Invoker survives. The Radiant take the lead back. Only their second lead of the game, again, with Bloodseeker able to do so much at 14, 4, and 11. Now they continue to push. This is the first time they've really had the upper hand to push like this. Lost their tier 2 about 10 minutes ago, and from there, it's been them on the back step, but now they're finally the ones moving forward and pushing forward as they go for the tier 3. It'll be a BKB here for the Bloodseeker. Forcing the Glyph, 4140, 1,000 net worth up. 33 minutes in is where they force that Glyph, and it won't deter them. Tornado hits everybody. The Gust is way too early. kind of miscuing here. The Drow has miscued a couple of times, missing that gust, and you miss that gust, you just don't have much follow-up when they're not silenced. Hit those gusts, and I think you have more of an opportunity to go in, but as we've been seeing, it just missing time after time, unable to get something to happen with this Drow. Same could be said for the Spectre. TP attempt. We'll make it out. Phoenix is going to reconnect. Allegedly taking a DDoS attack, but I doubt it. For some reason, I doubt it. But 34 minutes in. 2,000 net worth lead. BKB at 10 seconds here for the Bloodseeker. Definitely an opportunity for the Radiant if they can win a couple more fights to just finish off the game. Bloodseeker doing way too much for the Dire to handle, and on top of that, Lina has been pushing really quite well. So back into the game, and here we go. Is that Ags on the way? Shadow Wave, Phoenix. Reconnected, so it doesn't have anything in his queue, actually. But he has enough gold, so we'll be able to pick up the Ags. What does Witch have? Glimmercape. 1,800 gold, too. What's the Invoker have right now? He's got this Aegis. We'll see if they'll do something with this Aegis, if they'll smoke. They've been using a lot of smokes to disengage, which has been rather risky. Their team is really smoked up to attack, but more to retreat. It's a weird way of using all your smokes, that's for sure. Tornado unable to land onto the Bloodseeker. But bottom again, Spectre in trouble. Sunray on top of this Spectre, and now with the Shivas, the Arcane Curse. Everything on cooldown right now, but has the Spirit Vessel. The attempt at the TP, Sunstrike hits, and we'll be able to escape. So all that work to just push back the Spectre, and now Silencer TPing in avoids the LSA as well as the Dragon Slayer. So an aggressive TP that doesn't really hurt him, but the Blink with the Dismember, they also get the Laguna Blade out. That'll be the Aegis popping on the Invoker. They've got 4 heroes around him. Here comes the Phoenix attempting to make something happen with an Icarus dive as well as the BKB being popped by the Bloodseeker. Chainfrost will be thrown, but the Lich is in trouble. The Supernova has used the Ghost, or not the Ghost, the Gust will come out onto 2 heroes where they kill the Lina. They find the Pudge, they get the kill, 3 heroes dead. Double kill here for this Phoenix, and now Bloodseeker goes back in and will die. Goes down to the Invoker. That's a 10-time spree given to the Invoker. Tornado will hit onto this Spectre. Place the Ice Wall down, slow him up, Blade Mail pops, Spectral Dagger thrown to the Drow, who definitely regrets his decision of going in on the Spectre. A lot of damage being thrown the way of the Phoenix. Blink forward from the Invoker as well as the Yules. Continuing the lockdown, and Arcane Curse. Cold Snap again, Sunray. And they've killed the entire Radiant side. So 5 for 3. And again, the lead back towards the Dire. A lot of gold given to the Invoker off that. He's got... Nope, never mind. Oh, I accidentally clicked on the Phoenix, but yes, it is a lot of gold on the Invoker. 7,000 to be precise.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Let's see what he does with that. Tornado, Meteor, Deafening Blast. None of it lined up. And the Chain Frost will bounce around. They've got the Spirit Vessel with the Dismember on the Silencer to get yet another kill. Very odd. I find it to be very odd that neither the Drow or the Invoker can kind of line the skills together. You know, I don't quite get it. There's the BKB. So finally something. Push back up in a minute 20. Meanwhile, bottom, BKB will be popped. Look for the silence on the Drought. 4 staff away. Here comes the Venge, who will get Invis as well as the Haunt coming through and will commit. Jaunting over, going for the Drow, and they're still looking to get this kill. They're diving in pretty deep. The Deafening Blast comes out on 2. They've got the Magic Missile. Bloodseeker dead. As Venge gets the kill, the Blade Mail will be popped by the Spectre. Is it going to be enough to stop? They've got the Supernova pulling in the Drow. Invoker will lock in the Spectre, and they'll pop back out with full health, full mana, and come through again to get the kill into the Pudge. Lina and the Spectre. 4 out of 5 dead. Lich trying to run. And there's the Sentry Ward. One more shot from the Silencer. And a full team wipe again here for the Dire. 32 intelligence stolen by this Silencer. Puts him up only 4,000 net worth. Bloodseeker still very farmed, and Spectre finally starting to come back. Lose this tier 2 over the top. And the push from the other 4 heroes coming in over bottom. Buyback from the Pudge. Sentry Ward plays down. And a buyback from the Spectre. You already got a tier 3. It might have been worth giving up the tier 3 and having the Pudge and Lich defend. Spectre buying back is very risky. Evoker going for a Hex. 10,000 net worth lead with those buybacks coming in. Really bumped them up. As Roche is available once again, Aegis Cheese are up for grabs. I think the net worth is a little deceiving based on the buybacks, as the fights have been purely Dire-sided, but at the same time, at times, Radiant have proven to be a tough team to take out. Now with this Hex, the Refresher Orb coming out, and Lich most likely dead here with the Tornado, then the Ice Wall, Yules. And easy kill there with the Sunstrike and the damage coming in from the Drow. So, Dire really starting to pull ahead here. Aegis and Cheese would very much be worth it. BKB, Global Silence, and no longer Silence, but the Supernova to save the Silencer just at the last second, too. Supernova will not pop due to damage. It'll pop as it gets through the whole duration. And now you've got the Blade Mail, but in a lot of trouble here as the Venge comes over, and they'll get the kill with the Invoker. They kill the Lina. Venge gets the kill. They've got the Hex onto the Bloodseeker. Make it another. 3 heroes dead. Cataclysm used, and Lich makes it not out of the base. He just dies in the base after respawning. This can be a 3rd consecutive team wipe. They'll go for the Pudge. He's got 3,800 health, but is that going to be enough to survive? Dying on the Blade Mail. Venge ends up killing herself. They'll buy back on the Lich as well as the Bloodseeker, and that's what's going to keep this Pudge alive as they buy back on 3. Got the Dismember as well as the Silence Blade down to the Blood Right. They'll get the kill on the Silencer. They'll look for the Pudge. You see it by the Tornado as well as the Arcane Curse. Are affected right now by the Arcane Curse. However, it won't be enough to get a kill. Lina coming in over on the Shrine. Just bought back. Need to be careful. Shiva's Guard used. There's the Yules and has Supernova again and avoids the Laguna with the Supernova. Bloodseeker kills the Drow, but Lina dead for 110. And look at the Bloodseeker, BKB. 90 seconds till they have the Supernova again, so Phoenix might just be dead here. However, with the Invoker nearby, I don't know if you can even commit to this. Dismember, Tornado, still on the run. One more shot, finally gets the kill. Meteor on a couple, as well as the Deafening Blast hitting both the Lich and the Pudge. But trying to stop this Invoker is the Bloodseeker who comes into the Roche Pit. And swap. As well as the Silver Edge. Now they've got the Hex again. They look for the Bloodseeker. Global Silence comes out. Pudge comes over. BKB is going to be popped here by the Invoker. Now Venge needs to run as the Haunt was popped as well. And they really are trying to come in onto the Invoker. Cataclysm comes through, but it won't be enough. Got the stun onto the Lich, as well as the Rupture now placed onto the Venge. Dismember comes through onto the Silencer. They've got the Hex, but it won't be enough. Bloodseeker gets the kill onto the Silencer. They look over the Invoker who's trying to run, but the Spectral Dagger thrown from the Spectre, but not hitting onto the Invoker. BKB's going to be popped by the Bloodseeker. They've got the Lich right near them, and they'll finally kill the Invoker with the Frost Blast from the Lich. 4 heroes dead on the Dire, and finally, feeling like they're pulling back a little bit, is the Radiant Squad. 11,000 net worth lead. Going a little bit down as Silencer buys back. Let's see, can they take a Rax? For the range, Rax hook comes out onto the Drow. They've also got the Dismember. Now there's Silence on the Spectre. They'll buy back on the Invoker to try and come in, but they'll at least get the range Rax. They need to get out of here. They bought back on everybody before. Tornado hits onto the wrong Spectre. Last word, Arcane Curse. Invoker trying to catch up. Has Blink in 7. As well as that Yules and a lot of movement speed to catch up to this Spectre. Who just picks up the Heart. Icarus Dive over. Blade Mail will be popped, and now this Phoenix needs to be careful. Sunray, Cataclysm, a lot of damage, and there's the Supernova. Spectre uses the Manta as well as the Spectral Dagger to try and escape, but the Supernova pops and stuns him. Dead for 92. All they got is a range Rax out of that. So they force the buyback on the Invoker too, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Dismember on the Silencer. Global Silence popped. BKB's going to be popped by the Bloodseeker, moving at a real fast pace to get the kill onto the Venge. Icarus Dive comes out. Supernova available now with the Tornado hitting on it too, as well as the Meteor. That's going to come down into Wombo combat. They get the kill onto the Lich. Dead for 102 seconds. It'll stun up both the Pudge as well as the Bloodseeker. Icarus Dive once again. They'll get the kill on everybody. Nobody's got buyback. They'll look over at the Lina. There's the Yules into the Ice Wall. And Invoker has the Hex, has the damage, gets the kill. Double kill here for the Invoker. And it's a full team wipe again for the Dire. old model of this drow, hoping to get the kill on the Roche. Picks up the Aegis, picks up the cheese. We've got Spectre in 6 with a 12,000 net worth lead. Heart there, heart there. How much gold is that? Which has 5,900 gold unspent? Oh, okay. Spectre steps down the stairs, and, well, that could be enough to be a problem. Pudge buys back, but they've got the Hex, the Spectral Dagger thrown, as well as the Cataclysm right on top of the Spectre. They'll find the hook and escape. Luckily, the Pudge brought back to help. Still, though, the bottom rack's getting attacked. They've got the Dismember again, as well as the Dust. They hex the Spectre, but Drow just kind of standing still, going for these racks, ends up getting hooked and killed.
Behold!
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack. Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
So Smoke's picked up here by the Pudge. 49, just about 50 minutes in. 14,000 net worth game, but I don't feel that the Radiant are completely out of it. They definitely have the damage if they put it together. Drow is not that tanky, but the Spectre again. Meteor, Global Silence, as well as the EMP will all come out, but Spectre ends up not dying. The Blink forward looking for the Dismember, but they've got the Silver Edge. They'll send the Bloodseeker over, but the Creep will die, so he will be unable to get there. They'll use the Haunt. Spectre not jumping to any of these illusions. That's another Haunt that's just kind of been used to get used. I don't know why these heroes don't buy parts of items. Dismember, Laguna Blade. The kill, the BKB popped a little bit early. Phoenix, Agri's dive back, does have both Supernovas available, but hit with the Rupture, not going to matter. This first Supernova comes out. Tornado hits the Pudge, but not really anything much more. Radiant are trying to win a fight here, potentially win the game. As they look for the Spectre, who pops the Blade Mail again. Is helped out by the Pudge once more, but the Tornado just missing this Spectre and hitting onto the Pudge. They've got Aegis on the Invoker. Doesn't have buyback for 3 minutes. Got the swap. Cataclysm with the Hex, and they'll kill the Pudge. They'll at least get one. He's going to be dead for 2 minutes. They look over at this Spectre. He's just continuing to hit into the Blade Mail. Drow needs to be careful. So does the Phoenix, who just kind of dies there with Supernova on cooldown, but had the Refresher Orb. They look over at the Bloodseeker, who runs back. Invoker right on top of the Spectre. They get the kill onto the Lina. Silencer gets that one, and now the Hex coming through, but the Dispersion pops the Aegis, and Spectre might be able to walk out of this. They TP the Lich back. Everybody low here on the Dire, who's behind them. They use the Guardian Greaves. They'll get the Tornado to hit the Lich, but is that enough? Silence hits the Invoker. Here comes the rest of the Dire. They need to be careful. Spectre doing a lot of damage, and Drow now needs to run. Already hit up really hard. Spirit Vessel placed onto this Lich. Silencer trying to do enough damage. Should have it with the Arcane Curse as well as the Spirit Vessel. And will end up getting the kill. As meanwhile, they look for the Drow and will get themselves another one. 3 heroes dead. Venge also low, gets out, and Invoker, meanwhile, well, he's about full health, did lose that Aegis, and they never killed the Spectre in that exchange.
Radiant's bottom barracks
Creeps
are
pushing
under
in
attack.
bottom. See how long they let this last. A lot of creeps pushing in bottom.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
So they go for mid-racks. We'll send the Spectre back. So it's only worth... All that is only worth a melee racks to them, which I think is a little bit... you know, not as much as they would have hoped for. You won't lose the racks bottom with the Spectre TPing in. Let's take a look at buyback statuses. Invoker in 30. Phoenix needs the gold. Now so does the Invoker. No Pudge, no Venge, no Lich, no Silencer for 6.
Calm yourselves.
53 minutes, 66:57. This is a relatively calm game, close game, considering how far behind the Radiant were. Multiple times in this game, too. Game is practically even. And it looks like it'll come down to the next Roche. Despite dying 16 times, Spectre has done so much in this game. It's actually insane that you can die so many times as Spectre back in the day and still be a problem. Granted, I guess any game that goes this long, any hard carry could be a problem. Bloodseeker was in the off lane. He ends up being really the strongest Radiant hero for the most part. And has carried this Radiant team so far on his back. He's 23, 8, and 17. Involved in 40 of the 57 kills. Quite the kill participation. Looks like both teams content on just waiting for the next Roche. Aegis Chi's Refresher Shard will be available and up for grabs coming into the next Roche attempt. These confined fights have been really good so far for the Phoenix, who has gotten all but one Supernova off. Has the Refresher, has the Axe to save someone if they do in fact get low. Already level 25, so has the Supernova, you know, the additional Supernova hit counts. This is just a replay, viewer replay. And there's the smoke. Drow shows up for a moment. Throw that Sentry Ward down. They've got the Hex. That comes through onto the Silencer with the Gust as well as the Tornado. That hits on multiple heroes. They'll throw it on the Silencer as well as the Haunt. That comes through. Silencer will be saved with the Supernova coming out. Do they have enough to kill it? No. Everybody's stunned on the Radiant side. They've got the Global Silence. Secret Dive away. The last word onto the Bloodseeker. Venge trying to do all the damage she can. Tornado hits the creeps, but all that used, nobody dead. Another save there for the Phoenix. Look for the Lina. Oh man, Bloodseeker moving really fast. They get the Spectre off screen. They also get the Lina. Now they look for the Venge. They'll at least trade 2 for 1 so far, but there's another Supernova coming through. Pudge dead again, and that will be the Invoker save. They lost the Venge for 2 minutes. They'll kill the Lich. Everybody gone on the Radiant side, and Dire are in prime position to finish this game with 5 heroes dead, although 3 do have buyback. 71 to 58. Jesus. With Roche up, I'm surprised they're not going to go for this Aegis, but they might with the buybacks.
potential there to just back off and get Aegis Cheese Refresher Shard.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
They get range racks. They'll look for the melee racks. Creeps in front of the Drow, doing a lot of damage. They've got the Hex. Invoker moves in. There's the Hex again. And they buy back on the Bloodseeker with Cataclysm placed down. And Drow doing a lot of damage, but needs to be careful. Rupture used. BKB comes out. Not going to matter. Drow run down and killed off. Has buyback, but is it that point now that you try to go for Roche? Spectre. Okay. Gets the kill on the Silencer. Gem will be picked up too. And now needs to TP out. Impressive.
Fusion.
Why is Drow zombie? Replay bug. That's what happens when there's old replays. So 2 sheep sticks. Soon a third. Third Roche. Might go the Radiant's way. Phoenix will come over to at least maybe try and steal this? I don't know. Does he have buyback? He does have buyback. Just barely, so an attempt can be made. Tornado hits onto the Bloodseeker. Icarus dive in. We'll spot the Bloodseeker still in there, and they'll get the hook onto the Forge Spirit, but is it going to matter? The spirits are thrown out from the Phoenix. Invoker blinking forward, and they leave this Roche with low health. Spectre coming in, Tornado over. There's the Supernova. Is going to get off in time. I don't know. It does. Just barely gets off in time. Invoker's still close by. And still making this very hard for the Radiant to get in and take this Roche. He has slowed it down significantly. Phoenix will head back. Cataclysm in trouble. There's the Aegis picked up by the Bloodseeker. They've got the Global Silence as well as the Icarus dive coming in. BKB will be popped by the Bloodseeker. Loses Aegis immediately. Chain Frost bouncing around, but it's not going to be enough. Spectre uses the Haunt. They look with the Sheep's Guard being popped by the Pudge. They'll find the Phoenix. They'll try to get the kill. Unstunned now. Now the Supernova comes in. Tornado saving his life. They've got the Spirit Vessel onto the Spectre. A lot of damage being done, but nobody dead on either side just yet. They'll get the 3-man stun. With the Supernova popping, they look over at the Bloodseeker. He's hexed. He's killed. That's going to be 1. Icarus dive over. Tornado hits on 3 again. Ice Wall placed down. Pudge has to walk through it. He'll be the second one to fall on the Radiant side. They'll take out the Spectre. They'll look for a 4th. Lich goes down. Lina the only one to survive. Buyback comes out immediately from the Lich. And 2v5 situation. But the game looking very over. Deafening Blast. Laguna Blade, but there's the Hex. Missing the Tornado once more.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Constantly throwing out these tornadoes.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle towers are under attack.
Getting low. Might want to be careful. Stand in my sunray. Take my health.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Looking at the tier 4s. Glyph holding on. 30 seconds till they have the Spectre.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
He uses the Laguna Blade, not able to kill the Venge. Chain Frost comes out, bouncing around, doing a lot of damage, but Supernova in 4-3. will be able to outlast it, so he has it just in case. But they look over at the Lina. They get the kill, dead for 2 minutes. Just the Lich. Ancient exposed. Creeps coming in. Heroes hitting at it. BKB will be popped here by the Drow trying to finish. And there is that end of the game. Supernova as Dire take victory.